There's a lady carrying some pondweed. You can tell. Good morning. We're in Tam Coc, and I thought you might find it quite interesting, if you've never been here or you're thinking of coming here, to have a guided tour of Tam Coc town. On the left is a big hotel complex on the lakeside. This is quite new because most of the pictures you see at Tam Coc this is a green island, but they've built a big hotel here, and to the right of us are lots of little small hotels and bars. So yeah, here's the big hotel. And this one here's got a security gate, but it's also on the lakeside. It's called the Emeralda. It's quite nice. We've been in, had a little look round. And just ahead of me here is what you're all interested in, is 100,000 boats taking boat tours around Tam Coc. Now you will notice when you arrive here that every second person is a tourist, so it's very touristic. What is really fascinating to me is when I look at the origins of this town, you see a guy coming towards us there on the boat. So they've built this private hotel now on what used to be an island. And this bridge here used to be actually a functioning bridge. Nobody really uses it now, and eventually I'm sure it'll be pulled down because they would have had to clear this road or create this road. And there was water. Not that long ago, there was a little canal and riverboats all through here. But they had to put this road in for the construction, obviously. And there are all the boats. You're going to see many of those if you come to Tam Coc. People generally come to Tam Coc to do the boat tours. It's famed for it, and there's some beautiful scenery. And they're also famous for rowing with their feet. Nobody's rowing with their feet here at the moment, but there are hundreds of these boats. So we're actually in a hotel along this road, a small homestay. Just a couple of 100 meters from the main road comes what they class as a limousine bus. So he's stopping because there's a car coming behind me. There's a gentleman on a pith helmet. I can hear the car coming up. So yeah, let's here's a lot of the boat crew. And there was the car. They definitely weren't stopping for me. Here are some of the, just let that minibus go by. There's some of the boat owners. It's quite remarkable to see, actually, when a bus from Hanoi rocks up. So you'll see often a big bus, sometimes a huge coach, and everybody comes in and queues up here. Just ahead of me, this little booth. They pay their 200, 190, I think it is, 200 dong. And let's take a little walk down here to the kiosk, actually. I'll go along the front because, oh, little fella. The dogs here are kind of cool. Hello. 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 So, whoops, gotta be careful. The ropes are going across as well. Almost tripped. You've got to be careful if you do take these shortcuts that you don't trip over their mooring boats. There's more of the ladies that are probably rowing the boats. They are an older generation that then tend to take the boats out. And I was quite surprised that they were all tin boats, metal boats. So we've got a little quiet spell at the moment. There's not a coach rocked up, but they come fairly frequently. So the person who's actually rowing the boat has a nice little soft seat to sit on, various versions of that, but the people that are being taken out get to sit on these fairly hard, in some cases just metal bases, and it's a 2 to 3 hour tour, so I have noticed almost everybody coming back with sore backsides. They ask you to wear, here's a little waiting area over here, and they Xin chào, where they're waiting for pickups. Oh, sorry, man. I thought he wanted to go through. So here is what it's all about. Tam Coc, getting yourself a boat. Whoops. So generally they're going to ask you to put on life jackets. I might stop the video just for a second. We'll see a group getting onto the boats. So here's a crew coming on. Got their life jackets on. And I think there's a sort of queuing order that these boats are waiting. I actually think they're coming from this side. And you can see that as far as the eye can see underneath those trees there, hundreds upon hundreds of these boats. And sometimes you'll come out here and see a whole, almost like a parade of boats going out. Let's come back round and see this is obviously a small tour group. I'd say they probably arrived on this little golf buggy here. So maybe they've come in from one of the local hotels. So this is what happens. You'll arrive from Hanoi or your hotel, and you'll be asked to sit down on the 2 metal benches at the front, and generally you can go in groups of 2 from this location, but here they're taking a group of 4. A couple of little ones. Now on a sunny day there is no shade, so I would say wear yourself a hat or take an umbrella. The people that are actually rowing the boats will always have an umbrella up if it's a sunny day. Oh, interesting. It's the first time I've seen a younger person rowing the boats out. It's very interesting. I wonder if that's a special tour. Anyway, we are not going to hang around here and watch everybody get on the boats. What I want you to enjoy today is a little tour of the town of Tam Coc. So we just came down the waterfront over there and we're out now onto the main street. This is one of those tourist towns which is basically just a single drag, one road, of bars and cafes. It is quite nice. I mean, the places here are friendly, but I'm not going to pretend that it is anything particularly local about it. It's definitely a tourist destination. And I think what we'll do is do a complete walkthrough. So I've got to go, I've got to come back on myself because I'm going to walk down towards this entrance gate. There's people here selling banh mi. Now that is my favourite little restaurant on the front. Minh Khoi, don't even know the name, but it's a great little local restaurant, good prices, fresh, delicious food. Now, another thing, check the weather forecast, because, okay, let's turn the camera to me a moment. We've been here a week, and it's rained for 4 straight days. So literally, I mean, continually rained for 4 heavy monsoon rains. So I haven't been able to even go out and make a video for 4 days. So this is the first chance. So come on, give me a thumbs up for hanging around to show you Tam Coc. Okay, I probably won't go all the way down because the shops tend to peter out a bit towards this gateway. You'll see the guy with the gas bottles. So you see, I'll get to this corner. There's a load of places selling clothing, t-shirts, sarongs, shoes, and gasoline for all the many rental motorbikes. And Michelle and I will be taking out the motorbike, do a little tour. So you can see, this is the entrance to Tam Coc. There's a road that runs up to a roundabout with not a lot on it. Actually, there is I say there's not a lot, there's a cool little fresh market. Oh dear. And this is what happens, look. Just had an accident. I'm not going to film it. Not going to film it, but people don't have the wherewithals. You know, they come here, rent out motorbikes, and somebody's hurt themselves. Anyway, I see a lot of people taking out bikes that clearly haven't ridden a motorbike before, and somebody's just had a small but unpleasant accident on the road just there, and they'll probably have scratched themselves up. So this road goes down to a roundabout, but there actually are some cool little fresh markets on this road as well, and there's a proper gasoline place where you can fill up your bikes. Anyway, we're going to go back through. I'm going to try and avoid the European couple who just fell off the bike. So we'll stop here until I get past. I can report nothing major, maybe a little graze and a little maybe fried, but yeah, they're okay. So we could maybe talk in a live stream in a future thing about motorbike renting and whether you should or whether you shouldn't, because my general feeling is if you haven't ridden a bike, don't ride. Too many people come to places like Vietnam and use it as a place to learn to ride a bike, which is madness. Anyway, so let's hope there are no further mishaps. So, a lot of cafes. This is the whole walkthrough now we're going to do of Tam Coc. And there are also many convenience stores, maybe 10 or 15 or more convenience stores. And I'm going to give you a little tip, because I think it's worth knowing. So hold fire for that. A very useful tip if you're in Tam Coc. Save you quite a bit of money. So people drive on the right here, so I'm actually going to cross over. So I'm facing the traffic. So these buses come in, sometimes they're big coaches, sometimes they're medium sized like this. And they're almost always just dropping people down for day trips, or 2-day trips for some people. They've had an absolute ball selling these plastic rain mats the last 4 days because the rain has been so heavy. They must have sold hundreds of them, and good for them. Hello, man. So now we're back parallel with the lake and at the back of the little stores. And at night time, it's a lot busier down here with people coming down to get their evening meals and having drinks. There are pizza bars. Welcome to Tam Coc. Okay. I was going to say about petrol, gasoline. So just through here, I've noticed there's a little petrol pump. I mean, they're selling gasoline at every store. Everyone will sell you gasoline. And it's generally about 35,000. I think I've got that right. But anyway, if you just go to the gasoline station just outside the village entrance there, it's a couple of hundred yards down. It's the proper price, 26,000. Anyway, that's one tip. There'll be another tip coming up very shortly. So I've deliberately come out a little bit before late afternoon so I can avoid some of the music, because there's a lot of music that's played in these bars in the evening time. You can see there's these nice lounging seats. You can sit and have one of the cheapest beers I've ever come across in Asia. It's 10,000 dong, which is, I think it's is it about 40 cents? I'm not sure. But it's a nice place to sit and watch people walking along, and they serve good food. I mean, it's touristic food. It's not maybe as good as you would have in the cities, but it's not bad food. One of the specialties here is duck, and another is goat, because you'll see a lot of goat and duck in the wild. Well, sort of farmed, but as far as the ducks are concerned, but you see a lot of wild goats up on the side. So here actually is a barbecue pit, and they'll be grilling duck and pork, perhaps goat. I haven't seen goat being grilled here in the city centre. Okay, so the common way to get around the city is on motorbike. Hello, some girls with a little tiffin box, having their rice, their lunch noodles. And another thing that I wanted to avoid, although it can be quite interesting actually, is there's usually somebody outside of every one of these bars calling you in. So there'll be somebody employed the whole evening just shouting people over.
Xin chào anh.
Xin chào, hello. Wow, look, here's one of my favourite bars actually. We did a live stream from this bar a couple of days ago. This is Pig Family Cafe. And they've got the lovely Vietnamese hats. Not sure why. Oh, just to keep the sun off. How much is a hat like this? 115.
Yes, 150.
Oh, 150, okay.
Yes.
They're nice hats, nice Vietnamese hats. These ones are actually embroidered, so they're nice. And the painted ones, these ones?
And 100.
100.
Yes.
Very nice examples. Let's walk a little further. I want to keep the camera going. I want to keep the camera going if I can, so you get a feeling of the scale of the town, so you're getting a walk through without interruptions with my occasional sort of chit chat. And sadly there's a bit of construction going on, so you will get some noise occasionally, but it hasn't been too bad for us on this visit. We've had one or two nights where we've had some construction noise, but it's not been too bad. And coming up is my tip number 2. On the right side here is a Winmart. Now Winmart is a brand a bit like 7-Eleven, it's a small market. And this is the only shop in the town that actually has prices that are published online, so you know you're going to be paying the right price. And it can be quite a saving. I'm just going to have a little glance in this. It was a nice little shop. We've used this quite a bit. So clean little Winmart. They have fruit and cold drinks. Xin chào, hello. And I highly recommend this place. I mean, if you're here for more than 1 or 2 days, this guy, gentleman that's filling the coolers here is really friendly. I mean, am I being a bit penny pinching? Maybe, but it's 50% cheaper for almost any drink. So if you look at something as simple as a Coke or a soft drink, it can be 15 in the shops up and down here and 9 or 10 here. So quite a bit of a saving. And over time, that can add up. You know, if you're here for a while. The bigger ticketed items are even more of a saving because Winmart has to comply to the prices of Winmart Vietnam in general, and they're not overcharging. So, carry on. There goes the postie. Just here's a nice little fresh market. And also Winmart will sell. So if you want to get a rough idea of what the price of fruit will cost you, you can go in Winmart and check it out because they have published prices and it'll give you a rough idea what they're charging you here. Okay. So I think there's a little market somewhere along here. Now, this bridge is the first bridge you'll come to inside the town itself. This pretty much denotes the end of the town. There's a little bit further past it, but not a lot. So we've got a bridge going over a river. A little makeshift unit there on stilts. And don't not come across this bridge because there are still maybe a few tens of meters of shops and there are a few little places doing food as well. Roasting duck along here. In this area here, they're often preparing food in the evening time. But also, okay, it's closed at the moment. We're a little bit past midday, but just over the bridge on the left is a wet market. And in the morning time, it's only small, but in the morning time you can come down here and get fresh meat, fruit, fish, and vegetables. Okay. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to head just round this corner first. Let's just show you the full tour. Petro gas station. So, as you get to the bend at the end of the road, the town itself is pretty much exhausted. It's a little petering of small guest house and restaurants and cafes, and then the bus is in the way, but and then it goes out into the green. And if you carry on, I'm not going to walk down there because you can normally see, but that bus is in the way. And if you carry on, it's sort of open fields where a lot of people go take their motorbikes or cycles. So you have rice and pork and chicken. Huh? Vegetables. So with the humidity rising, I'm going to head back into the town. Maybe you'd like to join me for a morning coffee. Won't film all the way back in. How much the swai? How much? 40,000, yeah? Okay. Everything's 40,000. Okay, so everything here the lady has is 40,000 dongs for a kilo. So she said 40,000 a kilo for everything. And then as I walked away, it went to 30,000 a kilo. Who knows? Hello. How are you? What is that? Oh, like a fighting stick, huh? Yeah. No, here. Yeah. Ah. What are you smoking? Tobacco? Yeah, go on. Gonna put a little tobacco in there. Oh, wow. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. Thank you. Come on. The guy just called me out because he was showing me his pipe. And I'm leaving quickly before he offers me a smoke. Because I wouldn't want to refuse, but I don't really fancy it this morning. Now, if I'm lucky, I'll find a spot, maybe give Michelle a call and sit down on the front here, have a nice coffee. Oh, I think there might be a seat for me because I think I can see the lovely Michelle has beaten me to it. She's already come down for a coffee. So she's nabbed our favourite little spot. Hello. Well, we can sit here. You beat me to it.
I did.
I've ordered a coffee. We'll sit here and watch the world go by. I'm a bit warm.
Because the rain stopped.
I'm having a hot drink though. I still don't want a cold drink. Michelle likes a, what is it, a pineapple?
It's pineapple with coconut milk.
Oh, nice. And I've gone for a Vietnamese cafe thin with a little sweet milk. It's quite a bitter coffee, so I don't normally have a sugar in there, but the sweet milk just lifts the flavour a bit. Oh, thank you, man. Here's my coffee. Cafe thin. Thank you, with the condensed milk. So we just let that percolate through. It'll take a good 5 minutes so we can sit and relax and just enjoy ourselves while it brews. Okay, so my coffee is done. Take the little fin off. Now we've got a little of this sweet condensed milk. Pop a teaspoon and a half in there. Give it a little stir. I love it when the coffee coats the spoon, you've got that sweet milk on there. Delicious, rich, strong Vietnamese coffee. I might even have a little more. This is very sweet milk though, so just a tiny bit more in there. I've also ordered here a papaya salad, which looks absolutely delicious. So we've got coriander on top, some peanuts, papaya, some tomatoes on the bottom, and a little chili in there as well. I don't know what they call this here in Vietnam, som tam in Thailand. That's delicious, really good. I've never understood why people are not fans of cucumber, but a lot of people aren't. But that is all cucumber, which is really nice. So they've added some chili in there, the raw shredded papaya, coriander, nuts. That's one of my favourite foods. Well, you have to come to Tam Coc to try it, won't you? Well, just take my word for it. So she's just bought a big pile of coriander for me, because I say I love the coriander. She's so sweet in here, isn't she?
Very good.
Now, Michelle and I were going to share a papaya salad, and then we're going to get a couple of banh mi as well, because the banh mi here are so good. I've got loads of coriander. We're trying to cut back on our carbohydrates, aren't we? Mm-hmm. So the papaya salad's a good way to start, and then we'll have a banh mi. Yeah, I know it's a lot of carbs and the sugar in the coffee, but it'll probably be our main meal of the day. Okay, executive decision. Because we love sitting here, and this is such a nice restaurant, we're actually going to finish this papaya salad, of which you can see now there's still a mountain of papaya salad left. We're going to come back in a couple of hours and just sit here, have another drink, watch the world go by as the sun goes down, and we'll have, might as well have the banh mi here, right? It's a nice experience. So on that note, that is your little tour of Tam Coc. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think I'm going to sign off here. Michelle and I are going to plough our way through this fantastic papaya salad, finish my coffee, and we'll see you next time. Take care. You're not saying goodbye today?
I didn't know I was in it. Bye.
There were 3 coaches. There's one pulling away. Oh, there's endless coaches. Look, 2 more rocking up. Lady bringing more life vests. Here's another busload coming in. Wow, there's a license to print money. That's okay.